Autumn. But it's too cold. It's been 3 years I've been living in this country. I've not gotten used to it being cold. सोफिया, हम लोग बाहर जा रहे हैं ना? ओके। There were various reasons for me to move to New Zealand, but the main reason why I moved to New Zealand was getting away from discrimination. For people who don't know what discrimination is, let me do a poor job in explaining you what it is. The unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people, especially on the grounds of age, race, sex or disability. Just imagine a situation where other M&Ms don't want to hang out with the red M&Ms. Broccolis don't want to hang out with cauliflowers. Sofia does not want to hang out with me. Sofia. Now, when I moved to Otutahi, Aotearoa, Christchurch, New Zealand, the hope that I had with this place was that I'm selecting something good for myself. I'm selecting something safe and something unbiased, which is not prejudice at all for myself. Now see, I like traveling. Now the best way according to me to see a city or a town is to take a good walk around the town. Just to see what the people are like, what the place is like, what the air is like. Now this was day 3. I was off my jet lag and I thought I should take a walk around my neighborhood and see what it's like. Probably even say hi to a couple of my neighbors. I was minding my own business, listening to music, walking down the footpath. A Pakiha gentleman approached me, saying that, "What are you doing here?" I got really scared, saying that probably I'm like entering somebody's property, and I immediately started apologizing, saying that I'm sorry. I was like, well, you shouldn't be here. And while I was walking away from him, I could see him staring at me. First of all, I thought probably it's my fault, but constantly the answer came to me was no, it wasn't, because I was listening to music, walking on a footpath. I was definitely not entering somebody's property. I wasn't talking, I wasn't shouting or basically bothering anybody. It was just somebody telling me to just get off the street, get off his neighborhood.
It was just an instance where I was actually a restaurant manager at that particular time, and I was just working the normal day, and we had a customer, and that person just was not following with the decorum of the restaurant. And me being just a loyal worker, I would say, I just said that this is something that is not, acceptable. You're not following the decorum of the restaurant. If that is something which is affecting other people in the restaurant, this is not something that we accept, any kind of behavior. At that time, I was told to shut my mouth off. I was told to go back to my country, and I was told to not have deserved the life that we have over here.
When I was rostered for a crisis line support, so it is a support line that people in crisis ring, and I remember there was this call. I was very new into the service, and I was obviously had learned, but I was still in process of getting a good understanding and a grip of what is expected. And I remember I was trying to support this caller, and the caller picked up the accent that I had, my Indian accent, and she immediately said, "You are an Indian, right? I don't want to talk to you, you bloody Indians. You come to our country, take our job, take our money. We all are suffering because of you people." And then she hung up on me. So yeah, that was one of the most impactful experience that I had. That pretty much for a good decent amount of time I did not want to do that crisis line work.
It's just that we have to be strong enough and we have to advocate for ourselves, to be for ourselves. We have to be strong enough, have our foot on the ground that this is not the behavior we accept, and it's definitely not the behavior you should be doing it, not only with me or any other person, irrespective of what their nationality is.
Who are actually posing those remarks to you with a intent of hurting you or disrespecting you, there is no point interacting with them. You're just going to escalate the situation for yourself and for them, causing more mental harm to yourself. They are not worth it. Just ignore them and just keep moving on and stop your interactions with them. If someone is holding that thinking, in a world where we are living in a global society and we are a global citizen, I think that person is having a very primitive way of thinking. And is it really worth sitting and wasting your time interacting with that person? No, it's not.
Discrimination is quite a difficult subject matter, and this video is not to explain you the complexities of why discrimination takes place and why one discriminates. You can Google all of that stuff. What I actually wanted to address with this video is that discrimination is everywhere. You cannot run away from discrimination. It just changes its shape and form, and it just presents itself in front of you. But it's everywhere. Running away is not a solution. Now, I am just an immigrant. There are so many people in this very country face discrimination on a day-to-day basis. In fact, there are millions of people in the world who face discrimination on a day-to-day basis because of the color of their skin, the way they speak, because their faith, their appearance, the clothes they wear. And it's not fair. This is the color of my skin. And this is the way I speak. It's not in my control. But what is in my control is my resilience and my tolerance to discrimination. Now, I've got this approach about living in multicultural environment. 90% of everybody in a community or a culture are actually nice people. They genuinely want you to be there. They genuinely want you to be a part of their community. No community can survive without diversity. Now, coming to the 10% of that community, people who do discriminate, in my opinion, either they are really hurt, they are angry, in pain, or really insecure about their own self, which as a result leads them to displace their anger in discrimination of other culture and not respecting their surroundings. Just imagine how exhausting it must be being that negative, constantly judging other people, constantly judging other faiths, other religions, other cultures. They are in suffering. It is tough to be them. And now to the people who have been discriminated. Never ever feel low of yourself. Your culture, your community, your language, your skin color, your dialect is your pride. You should hold on to it. These are your roots. This is what defines you. If you ever are in a crowd, your culture, your skin color, your language, your community that you represent are going to make you stand up. So forget the discriminators and the haters. They are not worth your time.